FYI, in case I sound a little raspy or short of breath, my allergies have been riled up lately, so I'm not fishing for get well cards. Physical greeting cards used to be more of a thing, not so much now in the digital age. But when I was little, my mother kept a stash of cards for various occasions: get well, thank you, sympathy. I think she did it that way for convenience, sure, but also to save money, since she would just buy them when they were discounted, like 2 for 1 or something. Then again, maybe I'm totally wrong and she just liked the pictures. I mean, we never sat down and discussed her card collection. I was too busy being an ornery teenager. If she were still around, I'd send her a card that said, "Sorry for all of the headaches I gave you." Yeah, I don't think Hallmark makes those. Maybe that's why card making is so popular. Or at least it seems to be. There are whole sections for it in some craft stores. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of greeting cards, but there's a real appeal to creating them yourself, especially with all of the fun tools and materials available, like decorative papers, inks, stamps, and stickers. But I don't have those things, so watercolors it is. And since I don't expect anybody to keep cards around for more than a few weeks, maybe a few months if they get the honor of being on the fridge door, there's no pressure to create a masterpiece. I don't remember exactly how much time was spent on these. I know it was less than 2 hours, but more than one, which I consider an appropriate amount of time and effort to basically say, "Thinking of you," to someone who deserves more than just a text or a DM, without coming across as weirdly fixated. What I'm saying is, don't send a seasonal fruit basket to that random person who liked your tweet. That is not appropriate. According to a friend. The paper here is Fluid 100 cold press 100% cotton, the 6 by 8 inch size block. This is maybe the third time I've used this particular paper. My thoughts on it? As far as 100% cotton papers go, it's not my most favorite, but it's not my least favorite either. Middle of the road, I guess. And since I can't afford to spend $40 on a block of super fancy stuff, I'm looking at you, Saunders Waterford. I'm not gonna complain too much. With my rough sketches as reference, I drew my designs on the watercolor paper with first a pencil, then a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen in sepia. The line and wash style of painting can be a lot of fun, like these were. I was all excited to use my Escoda when I realized I needed to lay down a background first. So out came the Princeton Neptune 3/4 inch wash brush. The colors for this project are Azo Green PY129 from M. Graham, Maroon Paraline PR179 also from M. Graham, and Paraline Green PBK31 from Schminke. And here is my Escoda Versatile size 8 round brush. It has synthetic Kolinsky sable hairs. Are they still called hairs when they're synthetic? Or is the term bristles? It seems wrong to call fibers that are this soft bristles. Anywho, it's made in Spain and it's my fanciest brush. You might be wondering, but wait, didn't you just say you can't afford super fancy supplies? Yeah, but this was gifted by a viewer. That's right. YouTubing is starting to pay off now that I've received happy mail goodies. Speaking of, keep your eye out for the next video because, spoiler, more happy mail. No, I didn't create these cards simply to have a stash ready to go for future occasions. I had specific people in mind. One has been mailed already, and the other will be going out soon. And no, I don't consider these little things worthy of getting excited over on their own, which is why I included a handwritten letter on Hello Kitty stationery. Because I'm a giver. Why, just the other day, I added extra nuts to the bowlful I hurled to our backyard squirrel friends. It was like artillery fire as hard shells bounced off their teeny noggins, making them retreat to the perimeter fence. I'm sure they eventually came back for their treats. Either that or the crows had quite the nut feast that day. I had tried to do some dry lifting earlier on the rose and leaves with little success. I'm not sure if that's due to the paint, the paper, or simply not having a firm enough brush. I'd assumed a filbert or a bright brush would be the thing to use, and had considered adding one of those to my wish list. But I now see that there is a specific style called scrubbers, where the hairs are suitably short and firm. Speaking of brushes, okay, this is about painting on nails rather than on paper, but bear with me, it'll be short. My all-time favorite nail polish is Wet n Wild's I Moss Have It from their Megalast line. A color that sort of reminds me of M. Graham's Hooker's Green with a smidge of quinacridone burnt orange and a pinch of shimmer. But I digress. The point is that I hated the applicator brush. It was wide rather than narrow. Nearly all of my other lacquers have narrow brushes, so that's what I'm used to. And since I have dainty little nails, dainty, I tell you, it often made a mess. Ugh, but the color. In fact, I went to Sally's Beauty Supplies to purchase a bottle of lacquer thinner, specifically so I could wear I Moss Have It once again. And there it is right now. There may have been some post-application cleanup, but at least my favorite nail color is back in rotation. Too bad the studio lights make it look like a muddy black. This just goes to show that maintaining lacquered nails is in no way easy breezy, and to prepare you for the sad state of my nails in the next video. Unfortunately, some of the paper's surface came off during tape removal. Quite a bit, actually. Way more than I've experienced before. And I was pretty irritated about it. In my head, I was all, way to go, Fluid 100. That's the last time I buy you, you tape wuss. But just as I was about to bust out the Queen of the Night aria, I realized I was being too harsh. I mean, there could be other factors at play here, like the hot summer temperatures, too much tack on the tape, or pent-up aggression on my part. I keep that stuff inside, then bam! Out it comes in shocking ways. Disregarding my initial issues with the glue on the block, and now the paper bits coming off on the tape, I'm actually okay with this Fluid 100 paper. After the trouble I had the first time, I took Sarah Bailey's advice and now keep a table knife in the studio. I use the blunt edge, by the way, rather than the serrated one. It works great for getting the sheets off. Thanks, Sarah. You could have kept that tip all to yourself while quietly snickering at my efforts, but you didn't because you're not that gal. By the way, go check out Sarah's channel if you haven't done so. Deja vu. Did I say that already? I'm happy to share this line and wash project. Now I'll wait for American Greetings to call, begging me to design my "Sorry, Mom" line of cards for them. That's probably not how it works, but it could happen. Until next time, maybe send a card to someone you know. It may be the digital age, but there's still nothing like a little happy mail to cheer up somebody. And that's why you should stay cardsy, my friends.